Catholics believe an angel chose a cave in Italy for himself, and when a man tried to defy it, his own arrow turned back against him. On May 8th, the Church remembers the apparition of Saint Michael, the Archangel, on Monte Gargano. Saint Michael is not a saint in the ordinary human sense, because he was never born, never baptized, never suffered death, and never passed through earthly childhood. He is one of the holy angels, a pure spiritual creature made by God before the visible world and appointed to serve the divine will. His name means, "Who is like God?" and Christian tradition hears in that name both a question and a battle cry. The name itself rejects pride because no creature can rival the Creator. The Bible presents Michael as a heavenly prince, a defender of God's people, and a warrior against the powers of evil. In the book of Daniel, Michael appears as one of the chief princes who helps in the unseen conflict behind earthly history. In Daniel chapter 12, he is called the great prince who stands guard over the people of God. In the letter of Jude, Michael disputes with the devil over the body of Moses, yet he refuses arrogant speech and says only, "May the Lord rebuke you." In the book of Revelation, Michael and his angels fight against the dragon, and the dragon is cast down. For Catholics, these passages made Michael a symbol of humility, protection, spiritual warfare, and obedience to God. He is known as a defender of the Church, a guardian at the hour of death, and a leader of the heavenly army. Ancient Christian devotion to Michael first grew strongly in the East, where he was often honored as a healer. Shrines connected with healing waters and angelic protection helped spread devotion to him across the Christian world. In the West, his most famous early sanctuary rose on Monte Gargano, a rugged mountain in Apulia, southern Italy. The place is now known as Monte Sant'Angelo in the province of Iaggia, near the Adriatic coast. The sanctuary there became one of the oldest and most important shrines dedicated to Saint Michael in Western Europe. Its fame began with a mysterious event traditionally dated to the late 5th century. The story is preserved in the ancient tradition of the Gargano apparitions. Around the year 490, a wealthy local landowner was searching for a bull that had wandered away from his herd. After a long search, he found the animal kneeling at the mouth of a cave high on the mountain. The cave seemed strange, hidden, and marked by a silence that made the place feel set apart. Angered by the animal's refusal to move, the owner shot an arrow toward the bull. Instead of striking the animal, the arrow turned back and wounded the man who had fired it. The event terrified those who heard of it because it suggested that the cave was under supernatural protection. The wounded man brought the matter to the local bishop, traditionally identified as Saint Lawrence Maiorano of Siponto. Siponto was an ancient city near modern Manfredonia, and its bishop had responsibility for the Christian people of the region. The bishop did not treat the event as entertainment or superstition. He ordered 3 days of prayer and penance, asking God to reveal the meaning of what had happened. At the end of those days, Saint Michael appeared to the bishop. According to the tradition, Michael declared that he was always in the presence of God. He revealed that the cave was sacred to him and that he had chosen it as his own place. He also said that sins would be forgiven there and that prayers offered there would be granted. The Archangel commanded the bishop to dedicate the grotto to Christian worship. This first apparition made the mountain a place of fear, reverence, and pilgrimage. The cave was not presented as an ordinary church built by human ambition. It was remembered as a sanctuary chosen by heaven before men dared to enter it. A second apparition is linked with danger, war, and the protection of the local people. The town of Siponto faced enemy forces, and the situation appeared desperate. Bishop Lawrence again turned the people toward prayer, fasting, and trust in God. Saint Michael appeared and promised victory to the Christians. The victory was traditionally remembered on May 8th, and this date became central to the feast. Later tradition connected the event with the Lombard victory near Gargano in 663. Because of this, May 8th became associated not only with apparition, but also with deliverance through St. Michael's intercession. The Catholic Encyclopedia notes that the feast spread through the Latin Church and was later known as the Apparition of St. Michael. The story shows why medieval Christians saw Michael as a warrior patron. He was not honored as a pagan war god, but as a servant of God defending the church from evil. A third apparition concerned the dedication of the cave itself. The bishop and the bishops of Apulia prepared to consecrate the grotto for Christian worship. Before they could do so, St. Michael appeared again and told them the place had already been consecrated by his own presence. When the clergy entered the cave, they found signs of worship already prepared. Tradition says they discovered an altar, a cross, and the footprint of St. Michael impressed in the rock. This gave the sanctuary its famous title as the Celestial Basilica. It was called celestial because the place was believed to have been dedicated by heaven, not merely by human hands. The cave became a powerful symbol of Catholic worship. It joined the roughness of nature with the order of the liturgy. Pilgrims entered a mountain, descended into stone, and found an altar beneath the earth. The architecture itself taught a lesson about humility. To reach the holy place, people had to go down before they could lift their eyes upward. Over the centuries, the sanctuary became one of the great pilgrimage sites of medieval Europe. Pilgrims traveled there from Italy, France, Germany, England, Ireland, and other Christian lands. Popes, kings, monks, soldiers, nobles, peasants, and penitents all came to honor St. Michael. Among the famous visitors were popes such as Gelasius I, Leo IX, Urban II, Alexander III, Gregory X, Celestine V, John Paul II, and others. Saints associated with the shrine include Bernard of Clairvaux, Bridget of Sweden, Thomas Aquinas, and Francis of Assisi. Francis reportedly came to the sanctuary but felt unworthy to enter the sacred grotto. Instead, he remained at the entrance in prayer and marked a stone with the sign of the Tau cross. This detail fits the deeper meaning of the shrine. St. Michael's holiness does not invite pride, noise, or display. It calls the soul to reverence before the greatness of God. The sanctuary also became important for the Lombards after they entered Italy. Their devotion to St. Michael helped connect their warrior culture to Catholic faith. For them, Michael was not merely a symbol of force. He represented disciplined strength under divine authority. This helped transform the image of the warrior into something Christian and moral. The shrine's importance continued under Byzantines, Lombards, Normans, and later rulers of southern Italy. Its bronze doors, medieval structures, crypts, inscriptions, and grotto preserve centuries of devotion. The sanctuary is now a minor basilica and part of a UNESCO World Heritage listing connected with Lombard sites in Italy. Yet, its real importance is not only archaeological. It remains a living place of Catholic pilgrimage, confession, prayer, and devotion to the angels. The miracles associated with Monte Gargano are not only stories of dramatic intervention. They also express the Church's belief that heaven acts through signs, places, and sacred memory. The turning arrow showed that violence could not violate a place chosen by God. The promise of forgiveness showed that the cave was not only a place of fear, but also a place of mercy. The victory episode showed that Christian courage depends on prayer before action. The heavenly dedication showed that worship begins with God, not with man. St. Michael's wider Catholic role is also seen in the traditional prayer composed after Pope Leo XIII's vision in the 19th century. That prayer asks Saint Michael to defend the faithful in battle and protect them against the wickedness and snares of the devil. Although this prayer came many centuries after Monte Gargano, it expresses the same ancient instinct. Catholics call on Michael when evil feels stronger than human strength. They honor him because Scripture shows him fighting for God, not for himself. His humility is as important as his power. Even when confronting the devil in Jude, Michael does not rely on personal insult or theatrical rage. He places judgment in the hands of God. That is why Saint Michael is a model for spiritual warfare. He teaches that evil is resisted through obedience, humility, courage, and divine authority. The May 8th feast is therefore not only about a cave in Italy. It is about the meeting point between visible history and invisible battle. Monte Gargano reminds Catholics that the world is not spiritually neutral. It also reminds them that God does not abandon his church in moments of danger. The feast points to a faith where mountains, caves, battles, bishops, pilgrims, and angels all belong to one providential story. Saint Michael stands at the edge of that story as defender, messenger, and servant. He is powerful because he is obedient. He is victorious because he asks, "Who is like God?" The answer is the heart of his mission. No angel, ruler, empire, demon, or human pride is like God. That is why the apparition of Saint Michael on Monte Gargano became one of the great angelic feasts of the Latin Church. It gave Western Christianity a mountain shrine, a warrior protector, and a visible reminder of invisible realities. On May 8th, Catholics remember that heaven is not passive. They remember that God sends help in ways that human beings do not control. They remember that the strongest creature is still only a servant before the Creator. And they remember that the Church's true battle is never merely against flesh and blood. Being Catholic is based. Be one yourself. Subscribe for daily saints and Catholic history.